Now, a couple hours, when I mean couple hours, I mean middle of the night, someone basically dropped or explained that Creepy Charlie is back. And everybody went crazy. Like, at least a part of the fandom is excited who actually remembers Creepy Charlie. If you don't know who she is, what she does, she's basically a very important character from Villainous. In fact, best would describe her how they use her. She is basically the lowest lane for Villainous. But the only difference is she's not technically a reporter. She's a blogger who talks about supernatural of Villainous. But how they use her in Villainous, basically anything happens during the show, comic book, or anything new details, she usually being used sort of explain what happened after that or before that. But make it so fascinating about her is the fact we as the audience know what actually did happen, but I see the perspective of Creepy Charlie giving more information, the situation, how the lore became the lore, in other words. That's what makes Creepy Charlie just so interesting and beloved, and especially how kind of goofy she is. Like every time she blogs very serious, but out of nowhere, she writes like a poetic person, but a more kind of gothic point of view. I think this is why a few reasons why they adore Creepy Charlie, because she's not the most popular. The most popular is probably Miss Seed or Dementia or Dr. Flood, but she is the most beloved because how interesting and fascinating she really is. And they use her so well, it's just sort of impressive. But the only problem is they couldn't use it forever because the situation was going on with Cartoon Network. They will not let go the last 5 episodes. Because of this, they have to go around making spin-off series so they continue on the story. But the only problem is the stories are not yet made. So what we do with Creepy Charlie, we cannot continue. It will continue before the shows or any other books or information come out of the main leads. You see, contradict whatever she says, because let's face it, when you create anything like a project, you don't know where you're going. You know what you want to come out of it, but sometimes you change the plans because it does not fit. So this is the reason why it's sort of difficult to keep running Creepy Charlie. In fact, they explain on the final basically tag she put on her blog that she's going to college, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Now words that from 2022 to right now 2025, she reposted saying she's back, and she's tempted to explain what actually kind of happened. Before I do, my name is Rachel. I like to talk about animation, not just animation, to review first impressions, cartoon theories, or sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. Of course, you like how it's going, like to help my channel, pull a like, comment, and subscribe. That's the only thing you need to do. If not, that's fine if you do. Thank you. Because of you, I'm getting close to my main goal of 2,000 subscribers. And yes, I'm getting close every single day because of people like you. People who like, comment, and share. Thank you. Now let's keep talking, or sort of remembering who is Creepy Charlie and what exactly happened to it. Now let's get started. Now the post is not really that complicated. She just explained she's finished graduating college and something weird happened. It's sort of a gust of wind almost supernaturally dusted her away, sort of telling her to do something very specific. But she's very vague what she's gonna do next. But she did say one specific thing. She would do a new project with the blog. And that's basically it. But this actually gives so much hope in the fandom because this is sort of the last sort of pawn left on the floor, picked up and continue on. This is the thing that shows you Villainous about to blow up once again or continue was nothing really happened. They could go fast forward to tell them the full story of Villainous. The only problem is you just need to wait because we don't know which thing would gonna drop next. And that's sort of the interesting thing because we have the spin-off possibly coming out this year. We have Miss Seed's book not yet revealed, but we know it's done. Possibly hopefully come out this year. You also have the stream of Miss Seed and her Twitter slash Instagram account slash whatever else she has to drop and tell us more story. And even that, she is sort of hopping up. So I'm wondering how they could use Creepy Charlie, because one of the most fascinating things about Creepy Charlie, whatever she says is sort of reflect of villainous, or even that reflect the internet. Because I did state a long time ago, whatever happens to the internet reflects villainous in a very strange way, because it was created by the internet. Because every single lore, saying, or phrase, or even meme come from the internet, and the villainous reflect that. It's just so super well known. That's something that's just so special about it nowadays. But even that, I'm wondering, will be a new blog in the near future, before or after, because I'm really not sure how to fully use her. Because let's face it, which would you prefer to see first? The first stream of Miss C, then the book, then Creepy Charlie blog, then the first episode of the spin-off? Or you prefer to see Creepy Charlie's first blog to see what happens, so you can reflect of Miss C stream, or whatever book she actually sells? Because the book usually reflect the blog, because who knows, if the book come out first, Creepy Charlie could actually read the book or state her own opinion or own theories to give you a better idea of the world of villainous. Especially with Miss Seed, because she can blog about how people really feel about Miss Seed, that sort of divide people who believe her and people who don't. That in itself could be even more fascinating, and you can see why Creepy Charlie is so useful. It gives you more information, a better idea how the world actually feels about something very specific. And this is the reason why it's so kind of interesting, because she started the blog explaining about Miss Seed, how she's sort of a fan, or she feels something off about her, you can't put her finger, or just sort of recap certain the things by her point of view to make it more interesting. And that could be a very fun thing, especially how Creepy Charlie sort of writes. Especially the thing I want to talk about the most is the fact she was sort of possessed by Black Cat, or at least one of his minions possessed her, only getting sick and even dying in the blog. And it's just sort of interesting how she is so connected with the supernatural. This is why a lot of fans believe she's probably the one who take down Black Cat, or the chosen one, or the one who made a downfall of peace. We just honestly don't know. It depends how you read the blog or your own hot takes of that. And this is what it made her just so interesting in reading her blog. It's the fact she give you some information and you read it again, and your opinion sort of change the more things she's add or things happen of villainous, because you're wondering what she means about this, and rewatching a certain episode, you kind of make you think a little bit more. But yet it's just sort of the thing why people love Creepy Charlie is her post, the things she say, kind of questioning what is reality, if she's sick or not, or she heard that specific story. The thing is sort of endless nowadays. This was so interesting about her blog. Of course, some of you are wondering if you want to read the blog of her. I might put in the link on the comments. I think if I can, I do. If I forget, please tell me so I can link it to this video channel nowadays. But it's a sort of fun little read. Like, you could do basically anything interesting. In fact, some of the blogs she writes sounds super familiar, because they did take it from the internet. They sort of did their own version but expanded in villainous. Like, for example, there's one about this guy who went to the cave, and he explains, oh, this is a very interesting cave, something about it, and I'm gonna explore it, and sort of disappears. There's like a really creepy story that actually did happen, and it's kind of blown up in the internet, and villainous picked it up and did their own spin on it. And that's how I think this is the reason why it's just so interesting, because you get so many different takes, different lore, different everything from Creepy Charlie. But I don't know I think that's all I can say about it, because it's just sort of fascinating, because everything feels is about to basically blow up once again, because everything is all stacked is ready. We just need the day, the time, and the when. We need this. I don't know you. Are you excited, interested, or not? Tell me down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.